Hi, this is Karen, and I'm doing my Web 2.0 tutorial on tags. I think sometimes they're a little hard for some of us to get our minds around. I grew up in a file cabinet world. That's how you organized things. And as I look around my house, my husband and I have a variety of file cabinets, big and small, um, out in the garage, in our office, and all of them are filled with files. And files are categories of things. So, I have a file for each year's business that I do, and I have a file for things that I did to my car, and maybe I organize that by years. You understand what I'm talking about. But these are distinct categories, and every piece of paper that I collect has to go into one of those file folders. So I have to look at the paper and decide, where does this go? Is this about my car? Then it goes in a car file. But is it also kind of about taxes, because whatever I did on my car might get me a tax break, or whatever I did on my house might get me a tax break? So do I make a copy of it and put it in my tax folder? Yeah, I probably do. And so what I discover is that every paper doesn't always fit into one unique category. And so the problem with the file and the file cabinet world is that we take way too black and white a view of things, that everything could be classified in a variety of different ways in some cases, depending on the lens you're wearing when you're looking at it. And that's why nowadays the World Wide Web and all these Web 2.0 things and social networking tools, they're driven by tags. They're not driven by folders. So when we first started using the web, we set up bookmarks and we fixed it so that you could create folders of those bookmarks. But we were immediately hit with the same problem. My CNN might go in news, but maybe I have a video folder and I'd like CNN to be in the video folder as well, and so on and so forth. So again, the folder thing just didn't seem to work well. And so somewhere along the line, someone said, let's start using tags. And they're a simple concept. You know them. They're keywords. The secret is you can attach more than one keyword to any particular item. So depending on the lens that you're wearing when you're searching for something, you can go in from various kinds of ways. So you're looking at my Diigo account right now. And here's all the various bookmarks that I've posted. Of course, I'm part of a group with you, and I can always go ahead and click on my groups and bring up our summer groups and notice that people have been sharing things along the way as we go along. Now, one of the things you've probably noticed about Diigo is that it often asks you to assign tags to things. So let me just go back to my home page here, or back to my library. So when I post something, when I find a website I like, for instance, this is my buddy Tim's blog, when I find a site that I decide that I'm going to add, one of the first things that Diigo asks me is, do I want to assign tags to this? So I say, okay, I want to bookmark this. And there's that tag. Well, this is a blog, and it's a blog about education, and it's kind of a blog about technology. Well, I think that works. Oh, and one more. Tim's from Virginia. And then I save my bookmark. So then when I go back to my library, and I'll just refresh this page, and now it shows up. Now, and you can see what my tags are. So now you have some choices here. If you want to see everything that I've tagged for education, you can click on that. So if you're an educator or a teacher and you want to see the kinds of things I'm bookmarking about education, you can do that. But what if you're interested in what I've got in my bookmarks related to Virginia? A couple things, not too much, but a few things. And that's really how it works. Those tags allow you to put things in multiple folders. It tends to look messy to us because we look at this and we think, oh lordy, this is just a chronological list of all the bookmarks that she's bookmarked. But then you start to realize that you can go in various ways. So if you're a cook, you can click on recipe and look at those. If you're a teacher and you're into leadership, you can see what other leadership things I've tagged. They're very important. As you saw with Wikispaces, tags allow me to create pages. Tags allow me to create groups and lists and search across, so I can search everybody's bookmarks for particular tags. Here's the one thing I'll leave you with, and that is tagging is going to become a very essential skill. I always laugh when I bring this up, and when I do presentations I bring this up and I say clearly I was not trained in tagging. Because for instance, you'll look under here, and these are in let's put them in alphabetical order. That'll make it a little better. Usage are the ones I use a lot of. But if we go down here into the blog area, we can see I used blog. I used blogger. Well, I could have put blogger on Tim's website, blogging, blog lines, blog. So to cover the topic of blogging, I've used 5 tags, and maybe some of these are cross tags, but really they should probably all be just under a general category of blogging. They're related to blogging, because what ends up happening is I have close to 500 tags here, and most of them I don't use. Now, one of the things that's become helpful is that they've started to remind you of the tags that you already have. So once you're adding tags to things, you can be choosing them off a list. But I think tagging is a really essential skill for kids that we need to work on. It's one of those 21st century skills, because remember, the 20th century was all about the file cabinet and the files and the pieces of paper. But the 21st century is all about the tags. And we need to be teaching kids how to use them in a variety of different ways so that they can really become expert at it. This is the way that you're going to really be searching the web to find information, and I think it's an essential skill for students.